Week 7, Turning Vision into Action. Welcome back to Giatti Glow, and welcome to Week 7 of our Ikigai journey. I'm Barb Giatti, and I'm glad you're here. Every week, we come together to grow and glow, learning to live more fully, more consciously, as we glow from the inside out. This is Week 7 of 12 of the Giatti Glow Ikigai podcast series. If you're following along in my 12-week Ikigai book, that's fantastic. If you don't have the book, that's absolutely fine, but you will want something to write with and write on. So we've got a whole bunch of changes going on around here. I've taken down the lifecoach.store website and switched everything over to Patreon. So if you'd like to find the books or merchandise or extras, just go to patreon.com/GiattiGlowPodcast. Plus, you can see the little daily motivations I post every day, and you can be a free member or donate to the podcast there. Also, it sure would help me out if you could like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Thanks. This week marks another important shift. Up until now, much of your work has been about clarity, reflection, and alignment. You've explored your Ikigai, integrated its 4 pillars, and begun to sense what a purposeful life feels like from the inside. Now comes the part where purpose starts to move. Discovering your Ikigai can feel inspiring, even expansive, but insight alone doesn't change a life. What creates real transformation is action. Not rushed action, not perfection, but intentional movement in the direction of what matters to you. This week is about turning your vision into lived experience. At the heart of this purpose is the idea of intention. Intentions are the bridge between knowing your purpose and actually living it. They give you direction to your energy and shape how your days unfold. Without intention, even the clearest vision can remain abstract. With intention, your Ikigai begins to take form in everyday life. Intentions are powerful because they create focus. They help you decide what deserves your time and attention and what can be set aside. They also create momentum by breaking large ideas into steps that feel possible rather than overwhelming. Over time, intentions offer accountability, giving you a way to notice progress and stay connected to your deeper purpose. Unlike vague wishes or dreams, intentions are grounded. They are rooted in meaning, and they guide action in a way that feels aligned rather than forced. It can be helpful here to understand the difference between goals and intentions. So, goals focus on outcomes. They answer the question, what do I want to achieve? Intentions focus on purpose. They answer the question, why does this matter to me, and how do I want to show up while I pursue it? For example, a goal might be publishing a book. An intention might be committing to regular writing because storytelling brings you joy and allows you to express something meaningful. Goals give you direction, but intentions keep you aligned. When challenges arise, intention is what helps you stay connected rather than burned out. Before setting intentions, it's important to pause and reflect. Ask yourself what success truly looks like for you, not according to external expectations, but according to your values. Consider what changes or actions would bring you closer to living your Ikigai. Notice how your passions, strengths, contributions, and practical needs might guide you in this direction. This reflection sets the stage for clarity. One way to ground this clarity is through something called a purpose compass. Instead of thinking of terms of everything you need to do, you can orient yourself to what matters most. You might reflect on what you love and identify 1 or 2 activities you want to prioritize simply because they bring you joy. You might consider your strengths and notice which ones you want to use or develop more intentionally. You might name a contribution that you want to make, even in a small way. And you might acknowledge a professional or financial goal that supports your overall alignment. When these elements sit together, they begin to guide your choices naturally. To make your intentions truly actionable, it helps to give them structure. And this is where clarity matters. An intention becomes more powerful when it is specific enough to act on, measurable enough to track, realistic enough to sustain, relevant to your Ikigai, and connected to a time frame that keeps you engaged. Remember the SMART goals we talked about in the life coaching series? This kind of structure isn't meant to create pressure, it's meant to create support. For example, rather than saying you want to write more, you might decide to dedicate 30 minutes each morning to writing for the next 3 months. That action is clear, and the time frame is defined. And the intention is rooted in purpose rather than performance. As you shape your own intention statements, notice how they feel in your body. Aligned intentions often feel steady, even if they stretch you. They don't rely on constant motivation, they rely on meaning. Of course, even with clear intentions, challenges will arise. This is part of the process. It's not a sign of failure. Procrastination often shows up when tasks feel too big or emotionally loaded. Breaking actions into smaller steps can help ease resistance. Self-doubt may appear, especially when you're doing something new or meaningful. When it does, return to progress rather than perfection. Distractions are also natural. Creating routines and environments that support focus make alignment easier. One of the most effective ways to keep intentions alive is to bring them into your daily rhythm. This can be as simple as beginning each morning by naming one action that aligns with your Ikigai. Not everything, just one. Midday reflection can help you notice whether you're staying connected or drifted. Evening reflection allows you to acknowledge what went well and what needs to be adjusted for the next day. Over time, these small check-ins build momentum and self-trust. Accountability also plays an important role here. Sharing your intentions with someone you can trust can provide encouragement and perspective. Tracking progress in a journal or a planner makes growth visible, and celebrating small wins reinforces the habits you're building. Progress deserves acknowledgement, especially when it's quiet and steady. And as we close today's episode, I want to leave you with this reminder. Your Ikigai becomes real through action. Not a big, huge action, not perfect action, but intentional action. When you start small, stay consistent, and return to purpose again and again, alignment grows naturally. Every step that you take, no matter how modest, brings your life into closer harmony with what matters to you. This journey is not about rushing forward to an endpoint. It's about learning how to live with purpose, one choice at a time. Next week, we'll explore how to stay connected to your Ikigai over time and how to navigate change without losing alignment. Have a great week. Thank you for listening to this Giatti Glow podcast. If you'd like more information about our books, you'd like to get some merchandise, you can check out more about us and see our daily motivations, go to patreon.com/Giatti Glow podcast. That's patreon.com/Giatti Glow podcast. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share us. Thanks.